G'day and welcome to the side of a new Europe Universalis 4 campaign. This time we're going to be playing as the little free city of Hamburg, which has a random guy to start with. So let's jump in. We'll turn Iron Man mode on, even though we're not going for any achievements in this one. And this is going to be our Hamburger Universalis campaign. So in the description below, you'll see there's three things I'm going to be trying to do. One is an achievement that I've already got called City of Cities, so own a core province with at least 60 development. Other things we're going to try and do are become a great power while being still a free city, or at least being a one province minor. So we start with 19 development, have to try and overtake one of the major powers. And the other thing we want to do is be elected as the emperor while still having just the one city. So, I've had a bit of a play around with this to see what we need to do. First thing is check out Denmark. If we can get an alliance with them, would be amazing. So I've had a couple of quick starts to this to see how it works. There's been some really weird things going on, like before 1450 in one round there was the Iberian wedding, and then also before 1450 Castile got in a PU under Portugal, so Portugal had Castile, Aragon and Naples. That was a weird one. At the same time, Austria-Hungary formed the thing, and Poland-Lithuania formed the thing, and the Burgundian inheritance fired as well. It was all before 1450. It was crazy, that one. Not expecting anything that huge to happen. Now, luckily, Denmark is friendly towards us. We don't have a fantastic Burgermeister, but at least we have Denmark on our side. So we're going to grab that alliance immediately, and then we're going to wait a day. Ah, they rejected it. Damn it. They're not actually friendly. Alright, how far off are we? 41. Yeah, so we probably won't be able to get that. But what we can do is sell some of our ships to Verdun to get a little money. So our 3 transport ships we're clearly not going to need. Alliance offer from Bremen down there would be acceptable. Now, East Frisia, Saxe-Lauenburg and Lüneburg. Saxe-Lauenburg and Lüneburg are first people we're going to want to deal with. So let's go Lüneburg and Saxe-Lauenburg. Now, we're not going to be expanding at all, obviously, because we have to stick to the one city, but we are going to try and grab some vassals and keep them happy enough to actually help us out in wars. So we've rivaled these two. Our third option for Den. We could do these 3 right next to us. Probably be the best thing to do. Mecklenburg would actually be better though. Alright, so these 3 are our rivals. Mission wise, we would like to improve with Dithmarschen, I think. He should be a good ally to have at the start. Wait a day. Send the alliance offer. We've managed to sell our fleet. We're not going to be at war for a while, so we're going to need to bank some money. Now, Hamburg does start with a fort. That's just too expensive. And, yeah, if people have landed here or made it past us to get there, we're screwed anyway. So, yeah. We need to focus on admin because we're going to try and push through tech really quickly. I've got enough ducats for 2 people. Hopefully we can get Diplo Rep. We cannot. So I guess we're going to go with improved relations this time. And stability cost, no. We'll go for money. And we can't afford a third one yet. What we are going to hope to do though is get a bit more cash with our first admin points. It'll get us up to 20 development, which will help with the spread of the first thing anyway. No, I should remember these by now. It will help with Renaissance in 1450, having 20 development. Alright, what else do we need to do? We need to go up to our force limit before the war starts, which is 8 now. There's the other thing for doing that, gave us an extra force limit. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. After that, we need to protect trade in Lübeck. Friendlies can attach, not that there will be any. And we should probably go grab an admiral. We're going to call the dirt and demand 50 military. It's not huge, but it's better than nothing. Demand the administrative, and here's where we need to be careful. So 65, we have to be careful not to get too high, because if our trade gets too high, I don't know what the exact percentage is yet, then you can tick up an extra 5% for the burgers, and with no way to bring them down, you end up having the plutocratic coup. So let's check here. High trade income, so 5% already added, so we just need to make sure we do a 10, not the recruitment minister for 15. Influence and loyalty. The loyalty will give us development cost reduction, so we probably should have done that before we did the development. But yeah, that's fine. And then we'll demand 150 Diplo, so good stuff there. Do we want to do a bit of development? Get the trade value up, so yeah, I guess. We'll do a couple, just to boost that, because the Diplo tech at the start's not particularly important. Trade range is good, I guess, but marketplace, yeah, whenever it happens, it happens. Alright, are we set? He's going out. They're fine. Fort's gone. Diplomats, 1 to Dithmarschen. Can't send out for another month. Otherwise, what is your deal? You're in the trade league with Lübeck. Saxe-Lauenburg is not, so we're going to fabricate a claim on them so that we don't have to use the humiliate rival because we want to vassalize them. So we need to start building the spy network there. And while we've got a free diplomat, send him down to improve relations with the Pope. And money is huge there. At plus 41 is a bit of a lie. And yeah, while we are actually going to be making that much? Looks like we might be. Alright, so we'll get this guy straight away. Fort defense doesn't matter. Morale's more important. Oldenburg has left the trade league. So money's going to be the biggest problem. We're not going to be making much once we're actually paying the army. Trade League of Genoa has disbanded. Why? They have negative prestige. Just barely. Alright, so it is January. We'll come home from the Pope, go over to Dithmarschen, finish that mission. So we keep building up the army. We will start going negative. Expensive advisors. So, what we... Mecklenburg, P over Saxe-Lauenburg. This is exactly what we didn't want to see. Now we'd have to go to war with Teutonic Order and Verden. Well, that sucked. Saxe-Lauenburg's no longer valid. East Frisia Verden, I guess. Have a yellow vassal, our little orange hamburger city. And how are we looking? We've got Bremen, we've got Dithmarschen. Do want Denmark. 39 is not going to happen. Poland's 35 won't happen. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get any majors on our side. Who could we get? Could we get Saxony? Or Cologne or somebody? Nah. What we do want to do actually is leave the trade league. It gives us an extra diplomatic slot. So we're 2 out of 4 now, so we can get somebody else on our side. So we got Bremen, Dithmarschen. If we could get Brunswick would be good. Nope. There we go. Munster's decent size. Oldenburg, no. East Frisia might be close. No, they hate us. Cologne should be doable. Alright, let's improve relations with Cologne. Try and get an elector on our side. Neutral attitude. Setting them to friendly won't really change it, but get there eventually. Alright, and making lots of money now and we're not transferring to Lübeck. 3 out of 4 because we're waiting on these guys. Okay. Not too bad a start. Sometimes you can get Denmark off from the start there. Unfortunately, not this time. Now, Lauenburg is Mecklenburg, Teutonic Order and Verden. Well, we can knock out Verden, vassalize them. Improved relations is complete. Let's come home from Dithmarschen. Accumulate money. 66 ducats, I guess, should probably happen. Cologne. We can do now. Good. So, start them ticking up. Should probably take a look at these. Every 2 years. Every 1 year for them. So, every 1 year for the others. wonder why it's 2 with Cologne. Alright, now if we declare directly on them, Mecklenburg and Oldenburg. So might co-belligerize them if we can bring in Bremen and the rest. Which means we're not going to want to declare war until 55-ish, 56. You get plenty of time to save up some money and try and get military tech. And we're doing the money thing at the moment, but wouldn't mind building out the fleet a little. Alright. Happiness amongst the clergy. Lose papal influence. Yes. Disloyal estate doesn't matter at all. And we're spot on 8. 8.3, that's right, we did the extra Diplo development. Worth a decent amount. So, the early plan in this game. We have hamburger ideas, forgot to mention. It's all naval stuff. There's this Burger Republic thing here for extra Republican tradition that we might take advantage of for a while. Probably won't go monarchist straight away. Losing Republican tradition already, though. And I forgot to check how old he is. He's 37, yeah. So we should be able to get him to a 666 before he dies. Got a free thinker, that's nice. Yeah, we're going to rush through admin tech up to tech 5. We'll unlock economic ideas first to get this development cost minus 20%, which is freaking huge. Then we're going to go quantity, because as part of... where's economic quantity? At the very bottom one. There's an extra development cost minus 10%, which is an admin thing, so that's fantastic. Land force limit with that, plus all the extra stuff we get in quantity, means we should be able to field a large enough military to handle any vassals that we have. So that's good. As long as we stay a free city, the Emperor will defend us as well, along with all his allies, which at the moment is Hungary, Provence, Aragon, Ferrara, Florence. So nobody's going to be crazy enough to attack us. But we just need to pick who we want to attack, really. So we've got Bremen on our side. We're going to be enemies of this guy. Be nice to be able to take Verdun before doing the other stuff, but I guess if we had maybe Verdun and Mecklenburg as vassals, then we could feed them west and east. Little bits, at least. I did do a practice where I vassalized Saxony when he was at 79% total war score. There was coalitions that I survived, just barely, and I managed to hold on to Saxony, but I don't think we want to have vassalized electors until the HRE's passed some of the stuff. Okay. Now I have a diplomat doing nothing. We should probably start doing something with Lüneburg. Anhalt, Brunswick, and Lübeck. Yeah, that sounds good. So, we want to build up the spy network down there. Was doing it in Lauenburg for a while. Should probably pull this guy back. Don't need him in Cologne anymore. Alright, and we'll get him into here. That's why he got sent home. Alright, France became papal controller. And the other thing is, you can get a cardinal pretty early on. We're not on the list yet, no. Have to do enough development to make the list to get a cardinal, so then you can become papal controller. Alright, how are we doing here? 2.17, 1.78. Spy detection. Both rivals. Okay. And we're going to want to get a claim. Well, shouldn't really matter, because he'll be dragged in. Okay. East Frisia laying claims on us. Unhappiness. Lose stability for prestige. We'll lose the ducats. And we do need to keep building up the fleet so that our income stays as high as possible and so they can defend themselves better. Alright, 3.09 at the moment. So they're going to change too. Decent. Alright. Done in Lüneburg. Fabricate claim on Lüneburg. Okay. Stop. Confirm. Okay. And then we'll send him over to Verdun. Claims on things we don't own. Yes. making 12 ducats a year, so make a boat every year and a half or so. Inflation won't come down until we can knock out, what is it, first? No, tax, construction cost, inflation reduction, the third idea. Everything in economic helps. And we're 10% of the way to eclipsing Lithuania. Alright, definitely going to keep this guy. So, it's unfortunate that he was only 2 admin to start with. It's nice to have started 1 and got a 566, I think it was, 566 at the start. And he was only in his 30s. That was an awesome start to the campaign. But, we deal with what we get. Bremen, Cologne, Munster, Dithmarschen. Probably want to improve with them at some point. Mecklenburg, no. Well, I don't think we can actually fabricate. No. Have to go to Lauenburg. Fabricate Lauenburg. Good. Stop building spy network on Mecklenburg. And then... don't want to do anything to Holstein or Bremen. We could get over to Oldenburg. Just want to have the option to declare on somebody so that when we have vassals they don't have to hand things over when the emperor demands them. Alright, now Lüneburg. We have Anhalt, Brunswick and Lübeck. Taking Lübeck and feeding it to Lauenburg would be a plan. Alright, military tech first. And what is it? 6 months. So 18 months to do this. That's fine. This one will have to pay 1% extra. A new coin. Inflation, lose Republican tradition. I'd rather keep Republican tradition for a while. Inflation we don't care about because we're doing economic anyway, so it'll come down before money becomes a huge issue. I'm not going to pay to reduce the inflation though. And we're doing here, Verden. Fabricate on Stad. Send him out to Ostfriesland. Not declare war. Build spy network. 41-year-old House Griff would come in. Is that Pomerania? It is. Alright, the risk of trade. Gain mercantilism for ducats that we don't have. Burghers gain influence, so we can't do that anyway. So that one actually helps us out. Aside from the development costs and trade efficiency. Can get money from them. It's the opposite of what we want to do. Alright, Renaissance is in. Down in Italy somewhere. Palermo. As far away as it could get. But we did do the extra development, so we will have 0.26 per month. European 20 development province, doubles the rate we would have otherwise got it. 1481, so 30 years, be a 30% tech penalty for a while. But I imagine there'll be plenty of friendly provinces to get that up here sooner. This bit of Naples, yep. They'll leapfrog it to Siena, which will have it soon enough anyway. Lose 100 Diplo, lose 1 stability. I would say we should be getting stability events, so screw that. Alright, take the tech. And being slightly low on stability really doesn't matter when you're a free city. It's enough that you can do to counteract things. Trust your neighbour, as stipulated in Catholic teachers. There we go. Stability straight back again. And what are we doing here? Oldenburg. Fabricate on Oldenburg. And then Friesland was the only other one we can fabricate on, other than Denmark. Has noble rebels at the moment. Regenhard Youngstra. Mecklenburg and Oldenburg. Really? It was him that they were going to call in. Friesland, Verden, Teutonic Order. We're going to have to wait till Poland mess with them. And Poland would come over. Oh, damn it. Alright, so much for keeping this guy for a long time. But we do get to boost this for now, at least. Alright, Land Leader Shock. Again, not particularly useful, but if you're going to get Land Leader anything, that would be the one to get. 10, 4, and 4. It's good enough. I think we're going to be careful with the Republican tradition early on. We'll stay a free city until we have a few vassals and we're nice and strong and can become a monarchy. 1550 odd would be the League War. So we'll see. Well, we'll probably end up having to go Protestant because there'll be a centre of Reformation up here, convert us whether we want to be or not. Alright, diplomatic power. Half our income from trade. Decent taxation. This next one, 1456, so we'll pay an extra 6%. It's not too bad. Definitely need to go ahead of time and do it to, well, not be ahead of time and not be behind time. So, Hamburger ideas. What do we get exactly? National tax plus 10%, combat ability plus 10%, naval force limit modifier 25% is a decent finisher, particularly hanging out this side. Lubeck and the English Channel give us a lot of trade. And Hanseatic City global trade power up, Republican tradition up for the Burger Republic. Walls of Hamburg give us fort defense. First Constitution of Hamburg gives us unrest reduction. School of Johanneum idea cost reduction is really good. Comes late, be nice as the first one. Berenberg Bank production efficiency and interest per annum. That could be helpful with the extra interest reduction we're going to get from economic. And Shipyards of the Elbe. Ship costs minus 10%. So it's all good stuff. And we should be making more ships. Although, if we can just finish this and gain 10 prestige, that would be helpful as well. Alright. Deploy, just in time. So, only 1%. Hamburg's now siege of new cardinal. They have 1 active cardinals now. Which means we should get a boost to papal influence. We should be finishing these off. So let's fabricate Ostfriesland. And what is this? Friesland. Fabricate the claim on Friesland. Okay. And then we're going to send 1 guy down to the papacy to improve relations so we can get more papal influence. And then up in Denmark, we're going to improve relations with them. We're going to attempt to get an alliance anyway. Hopefully they'll become friendly or something. Looks like England has his War of the Roses going on. But we'll just sit back here and do our thing. How much money do we need for this? 69. That's going to take a while, but we'll bank that and then we'll build a few more ships afterwards. So 20 ducats each. Okay, well, I'm going to take a short break here. So thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me know what you think in the comments and hope to see you again soon. See you later.